Today I'm having cravings. It's Friday and I've just been craving sweets lately, and I haven't made a homemade chocolate chip cookie in honestly a really long time, and I used to make them almost every single week because Johnny loves chocolate chip cookies. And I recently stumbled upon a recipe that claims that it tastes exactly like a Levain bakery cookie. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I've actually never really had a Levain bakery, but I've seen them and people have told me about them. And it's basically, if you're not familiar, it's in New York, a cookie. It's a huge cookie, and inside it's like crunchy on the outside, but the cookie's crunchy on the outside, and when you break it in the inside, it's like basically gooey, almost raw, just deliciousness. So I've made it before. It's so good. I love to make these ahead of time because the secret to this recipe, but you gotta keep watching, I will tell you, but basically you can't bake it right away. So, Winston's excited for the cookies too. Yeah? So let's get started. Basically the ingredients are the same as any other normal cookie, but usually instead of doing your dry ingredients, your wet ingredients first, you do all the ingredients and then you put the eggs in last. Don't ask me why, but this is how they claim to do it. So I'm gonna start with a cup of butter. Cold butter though, it's cold and not soft. I took the butter out like 10 minutes ago while I was setting up, so it's like not cold, but it's pretty cold. So I'm gonna just start by mixing this together for 30 seconds. The butter's basically mushed. So this recipe calls for 3/4 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of white sugar. So I'll just get my brown sugar. Make sure the brown sugar is packed. A little more into the mixer. White sugar. 1/2 cup of white sugar. Okay. And you're gonna just cream those together. So traditional Levain bakery cookies are actually walnuts and chocolate chips. I'm actually not a fan of nuts in my cookies, so I'm gonna just do chocolate chips. But yeah, you can add walnuts if you want. 2 cups of chocolate chips. Put this in now. Kind of doing this backwards, I know. Mix that. Okay, that is combined. Now we're gonna do our flours. So there's actually 2 different kinds of flours. There's white flour, and there's cake flour, which I'm just using baking flour. The level of something in this is different. I don't know which one. All I know is the recipe called for cake flour and baking flour. 1 3/4 cup of normal flour and 1 1/4 cup of baking flour. Womp womp. This is not the most efficient. Wow, I'm making a major mess. I guess I could have just done 2 of these for 1 cup. Not my smartest day. So that's 1 cup, 3/4 cup. 3/4. It's like impossible for me to make without thinking about this sort of 1 1/4 cup of baking flour. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now mix this together. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Makes it fluffy. And then we've got 1 teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of salt. Balance out all that sweetness and mix it up. So the mixture is looking very floury, and don't panic because we haven't added the eggs in yet. It's almost like sand, like pasta dough before you kind of mix it together. So you're gonna add in 2 eggs. Okay, and that will combine everything. This recipe doesn't call for vanilla, but I like to add a little vanilla. baby. This is, oops, let me just leave this here and scrape it off the spatula. So I'm now gonna reveal my secret to this dough and this cookie. And the secret is that you have to freeze the dough. Now, they say you have to freeze it for 24 hours because basically the cookie has to be completely frozen throughout the whole cookie when you put it in the oven. And if you think about it, it really makes sense, right? Because if the cookie's frozen and you bake it, the outside's baking first, so that gets hard. And then by the time the outside's done baking, the inside is still really gooey. And that's the key to this cookie. Now, this cookie also, this recipe makes 8 cookies, but these cookies they're making are literally baseballs. So I'm gonna start making like maybe a little bit smaller size and see how many I get, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to wait 24 hours because I'm craving them now, but I'll put it in the freezer for at least an hour or so. We'll see how long I can wait. Maybe I can survive on just eating some cookie dough. But they say like 24 hours. These cookies are also so big that I like to put them in the freezer and then just leave them. And then like every time I have a craving, I take one cookie because they last forever in the freezer. And I take a cookie out and then I just bake that one cookie and it's perfect. Okay, I've got baking sheet here, lined with parchment paper. You will wanna bake this on parchment paper because it will stick, but it's gonna be a hefty sized cookie. They won't spread as much as you think. Freezing helps with that. But I can put these pretty close together on this one because I'm not baking them right now. I'm just putting this whole thing in the freezer. So imagine, I already have 9 cookies and I still have like enough to make 3 or 4 more. So imagine if there was only 8, the cookie would actually be, maybe that's why I say for 24 hours. You probably only need like 10 hours of these because they would be this big. I mean, the Levain cookies that here are that big, so there's no way. I mean, it's just a lot to eat. So this is still a big cookie, but it's definitely edible. Like you're able to eat it in one sitting. Or it's perfect to share if you just wanna like bake one for you and your friend or your partner, or your mom or whoever. It's perfect. Perfect, so I have a little bit in there to snack on. And I'm gonna just put these in the freezer. See how long I'll wait to bake it. I'll see you guys whenever I'm ready to bake it. Hey guys, welcome back. So it's been like a couple hours. They feel pretty rock solid to me. I just finished cooking dinner and I wanted to bake these so that when we were done with dinner, we could have them. So I'm gonna only make 2 cookies, put them on some parchment paper in a baking pan or a baking sheet, and then I'm gonna cook them for about 15 minutes, give or take, basically till the tops like are golden brown and they don't look raw. And I'm gonna bake it at 400. So, yeah, I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. Let me just set it for 15. So I just took these babies out of the oven and look at, they're like perfect. That looks insane. I can't wait to break it open. You're supposed to let them sit for like a couple minutes just to kind of set, because otherwise they'll just like be gooing and oohing, which, you know, I'm not mad at either, but I'll give it a few minutes. Excuse me, I'm very red in the face because I was just sweating while cooking, but I'm about to break open this cookie and it's gonna be delicious. I could hardly wait. All right, here is the truth. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's crumbling. It's crumbling. Oh my God.
It's fully raw inside.
It's exactly how I wanted it. We gotta taste test this baby. Look at this. Oh my gosh.
I didn't do hair and makeup for this video.
Neither did I.
I got home at 9:30
I'm
from
gonna
work.
have some ice
Post
cream.
gym too, so
I'm
full
gonna
blown
have
mess.
a little bit of ice cream. It's got cashew milk ice cream.
I will say it's slightly flattering.
Okay, Winston. A little ice cream and a little cookie.
He always rings his bell to go to the bathroom while we're eating.
Oh
Opportunist.
my god.
Highly recommend.
Really like one of the best chocolate chip cookies
Yeah, I'm
I've
not.
ever had. It's like raw in the middle, crunchy on the outside. It's like, it's just the best thing ever. Highly recommend. Find the recipe below. Tag me if you make the cookie. Let me know if you like it. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay, Winston, we're coming. The cookie's crunchy on the outside, breaking on the inside. It's like basically, so I just took these